Welcome to Empower. I'm glad you're together with us today. My name is Beatrice Chuchu. In this program, we focus on people and workplace. And I thank God that you've been watching us. Continue giving us feedback. Feel free to interact with us so that we can also become better and better every day. So in this program, we want to continue to encourage one another to become who God made us to be as we continue to shine in the marketplace where God has placed us. And last week, we started a conversation with one of our guests, Liz Mungai, who had such an amazing story to listen to and even to see what God is doing in her life. And today we continue with her, and I'm glad she's back with us today. Liz, welcome.
Thank you.
Say hi to our viewers today as we continue from where we stopped last week.
Hello, viewers. I hope that you are well. Yes, you're welcome.
Wow. Liz, for the sake of that person who didn't watch you last time, maybe you can just tell us in a brief way what you do.
Okay, my name is Elizabeth Mungai. I am born again. I am a life skills teacher to preteens, and I am a speaker. I speak to children on various issues of life and the challenges that they are facing. And I'm also a teens teacher in my church. Yes, I work with children. Basically, my blood group is C, children.
Children.
Yes.
Amazing. I love the passion. Oh, and the energy. Can only be
God.
Can only be God. We thank God. So Liz, we stopped whereby at a point where you went to high school, and I wanted to understand, after high school, there's that 1 year you're home, you have to go to accounts. Then after you did accounting for some time, it wasn't working for you. So what happened?
So I moved into the hotel industry,
Yes.
where honestly, I think that was the place where God taught me how to deal with people. It was, I look back and I see, he was in it, or I look at someone said that you cannot put life together going forward. You look at it in hindsight and say, that is what that meant. Yes. And my aha moment is like, you wanted me to be better with people.
Yeah.
Because in the hotel industry, you get to meet very many people. People from different places, different nationalities, different countries. People that honestly do test your patience.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like that was the place where I learned the gift that people are. So I would look at, why is this person doing this? I honestly did learn so much in the hotel industry.
So maybe to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You've left accounting, you didn't finish.
I didn't really move on with it again. After 2 years, I was like, no.
Now, hospitality.
Yeah.
You're getting in the hotel industry.
Yeah.
You go to work, not to learn.
I go to work and I am observing. I'm observing a lot. I am observing every single move that a human being that is near me is making. And actually, that is where now, again, my boss came to me and said, you I think you're very good with people. Go and learn on sales and marketing.
Oh, oops. Okay.
Yes. So at some point, I said, okay, God, now it's not teaching it sales and marketing again.
Sales.
Yes, so I went to train for sales and marketing, actually.
You did?
Yes, because I honestly did love people. I wanted that
Yeah.
interaction, and I could work anywhere in any department other than accounts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not seated
Accounts, you
anywhere
have to
with a seat.
concentrate and focus.
Yeah, and mine is a story.
Yes.
So I remember there's actually a time I had been put into the accounts office, and my boss came and said, hey, she came, looked for the book, whatever those books were, the reconciliation books and stuff for sales, and I had not done it for the last 3 weeks. Why? Because I am out there encouraging the soldiers, encouraging people in the kitchen, asking them their life stories, listening to people. My boss said, yours is not here. I need a serious person who is seated here.
Yes.
It's not you.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. And so I went and trained partially I trained in sales.
Yeah.
And in my hotel industry, because I stayed there for like 5 years, that was where that is where my miracle was birthed again.
Wow.
In that place, I again sat and I said, God, I hear you perform miracles.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I'm very passionate with young people building a relationship with God that is personal, other than what we keep telling them, is because you need to realize that God can hear you.
Yes.
God is not seated there waiting for you to be told something about you by someone else first. He is honestly longing to hear you because I have tested. What I tell young people is that I have tested.
Yes.
So I would go and I ask God, I want a new job. And this time I told him by October time like this year October, I'm not going to report to this job again. That time, I think it was like in May. No, it was like in March.
Yes.
So there's this guy who had come in and given me a certain offer and said, I'm going to take, you are the kind of people we are looking for. You have the energy for the kind of job that I have. And so I'm going to be calling you next year time like this. So that was a previous year.
Yeah.
So when the following year came, he had asked me to call him in April.
Yes.
I memorized his number, lest I lose my phone and lose the opportunity, because it was a high-flying job in one of the airlines. So he was willing to train and do stuff. And so this guy comes and then he changes his offer and he starts telling me stuff and he's like, now you know, this is the kind of job that I have. But you know there are requirements. I asked him, which kind of requirements? He said, you're a big woman and you know. I told him, okay, fine. Listen, young man, my name is Elizabeth, and if God does not help me, move. I'm telling you, I honestly feel like sometimes God has placed me in places where faith has been tested, but the rewards of that faith have counted. That is the time where I cried too much and I said, God, listen, if you don't give me another job, it's okay. If you want me to die here, it's okay. A month later, someone steps in, a very young guy steps in, and he looks at me and he says, I feel like I need to give you another job. You seem like you're misplaced here. I'm like, I'm not misplaced. By the way, I'm not misplaced. But if you have a job, I don't mind. And so that is how on that, I think, end of October, true to my words, power of your tongue, 30th of October comes. I don't have a job yet, but I've been working here. And I've been telling God, I'm not working past October. October, I'm not working. On 30th October, I felt so sick. So sick. And I carried everything from my workplace. And I told my supervisor, I'm not coming back. He asked me, where are you going? I said, I don't know. But I'll figure it as I go. I went home. And this guy that I had met that time is the one who called me and told me, I have been at your workplace and I didn't see you. Where are you? I'm like, I left work. And he's like, to where? I said, I don't know. And that's how he got me a job, I think, in like 2 weeks. He got me another job, and that's how now I joined the corporate world. Corporate world, again, I get in, and here with my God, I'm here. I'm like, God, I'm here. You have to show me what I need to do here.
You get into corporate world to do what?
Insurance. This is now insurance.
To sell?
No, in the office.
In the office,
yes. Which I didn't like it. Because I don't want to sit anywhere behind a seat. That's not me. I'm not wired for that thing. So I sit, and 5 months I'm asking people, this is how you guys live? Every day, wake up. I felt, you know, that's how I am wired. I honestly do respect the people who are called for that, because I feel like it's a calling, and you are honestly, and we all need to be in different places. Because that's my dad. My dad worked like that, behind an office for, you know.
That's why he thought you could do accounting.
That's why he thought I could do that, you know. But my mom is my kind. No. We are here with our mouth. Our mouth are walking faster than our feet. So, and now in that place, after 5 months, 6 months, I'm like, God, I can't do this again. And I pray again. And one day, my boss calls me in the office and says, I think you need to try selling insurance. I'm like, wow, to who? And I boldly took a step. I want to tell you, and I will repeat again, God is amazing. That same month, I had not the first month, because I was in so much fear. On 31st, I remember I was crying in the house and I said, God, I don't know how to move from here. But if you show me, I will move. That day I get to the office and a friend of mine calls me and says that there is a neighbor, there's a family friend who needs insurance ASAP. Exchanges our numbers, we meet in Hurlingham, we get, and that's how I got my first check. It was 100 and something thousand. I was like, oh God, this is it. And for me, working with insurance was another place where I told God, if you help me here, I am going to your children. Now that was it. And there was this thing that I said, I asked God for a difficult thing. It was so difficult. I said, God, in the next 1 year, if you help me surpass my budget, which was around 4.8 million, if you help me do this work, I'm going to your kids. Let me tell you, I did it, surpassed it within the year. And now here I am telling God, I'm not going to your children. It's the money here.
Yeah, because now they're
You
again,
stay.
these are...
Yes. Now I'm here, I'm telling God, listen, the money in this thing, my friend, me, I've gotten to where I wanted to be. So that time I started telling God, but God, you know, I can be going to children's home.
Yeah.
And God is like, you said.
Yes.
And it was a very big
can
fight for
imagine,
me. It was a very, very big fight for me. It took a lot of me praying. And I feel like out of anxiety, there's some few bad steps that I made as I was leaving that place. And so that's how I started going to schools to encourage children, to do the life skills, now to do the self-confidence, the self-awareness. You have talents. So we really did that in Kiambu for a long time with my friends.
Yes.
And now that's how now I started stamping this thing. Now this is it. And for I don't want to really sound like it's cliche. There's a time that I honestly had that God tell me, this is where I want you to go.
Yes.
This is where I want you to be, and I'm going to empower you in this thing. And I remember he gave me a verse in Isaiah 43, where he says, I am going to bring in the desert, like to give you water in the desert. Like God confirmed with everyone who was around me. So that's how I was able to start teaching children with in my church. Now I started going to schools. Now all of a sudden I started going to different churches. All of a sudden now it has really grown. Now we have some online platform.
Yes.
And now that's it. It's been a journey.
Wow, amazing. So this period that you're working in the hotel, you work in insurance, before you started, you had like, you were not working with children. That point, it was like you had put it to a halt or something?
No, I was working with children the time I was in insurance. I was working with kids, though it was not really work. It's the children's home setup.
Yeah,
I would go and gather them
to...
and talk to them, ask them, how are you guys? Listen to their stories, then encourage them, give them verses to recite. That was my way of working with them. Yes, so it was more of an outreach program.
Yeah, it was more of an outreach.
Yes.
Wow, wow, wow. We'll take a short break, then we'll come and hear more about now what exactly do you do, the 3 areas that you really focus on.
Yeah.
Because that is very important. Thank you so much for being part of this program. We're taking a short break. We are coming back. My name is Beatrice Chuchu.